In the year 1985, Southeast Asia's first ever rapid transit service was introduced to the world. It was distinguished as an outstanding infrastructure, but decades later, it has been trailing behind the region and has seen no improvement at all. But in the coming years, everything's going to change. This is the Light Rail Transit, the project that used to be one of the Philippines' mega projects. The Light Rail Transit Line 1, which is the first ever line to be constructed, has had its fair share of proposals of enlarging it, but in the end it was nothing but a plan. The largest scheme was called the Cavite Extension project, or the South Extension of Line 1. It was brought in way back in the year 2000 and was even approved in 2002, but even then construction was delayed due to its complexity. 2 decades later, passing over 3 administrations, it still hasn't seen its development being lighted up because of difficulties. But in May 2017, the project became a reality. The groundbreaking ceremony was held by the Light Rail Transit Manila Corporation and the Japan International Cooperation Agency. And as of July 2020, the project is now halfway complete and set on track to be partially open by the 4th quarter of 2021. Once this is fully completed by 2022, journey time between Baclaran and Bacoor will be reduced from the usual 70 minutes to just 20 minutes. A new batch of trains will also be introduced to the line and would be manufactured by Mitsubishi and a Spanish railway company. Each of these tracks will be capable of having a speed of over 70 kilometers per hour and have a capacity close to 1,400 passengers per train set. This was done to replace the old trains that had been operational since 1984. The price that measured purchasing over 120 light rail vehicles amounted to over 14 billion pesos. The Department of Transportation and Communications have also implied that this recent extension needs to be connected to the upcoming North Avenue Grand Central Station, meaning that it will be linked to almost all the train routes in the capital. This would include the Philippine National Railways, the new Metro Manila Subway, the Metro Rail Transit lines, and so all the other train systems. The reason why it took years to begin is that it's not just a minor expansion, but a significant one. The Cavite Extension project is over 11.7 kilometers long and has over 8 stations. It would also increase the space to over 800,000 passengers daily. This is actually quite huge for an expansion, as you all know that the Mega Manila Subway has a daily capacity of over 1.5 million commuters. This means that this increase alone is capable of carrying half of what the Metro Manila Subway can. The project has an estimated cost of over 65 billion pesos and would be funded by both the private sector and the official development assistance of the Japan International Cooperation Agency. The extension would be undertaken by the Department of Transportation and Light Rail Transit Authority, along with help from the RATP group, best known for operating the transport lines of Paris, France. It could also be said that the program will receive support from the Japanese, as it was only recently that the Sumitomo Corporation, a giant Japanese conglomerate, acquired a 35% stake on the consortium surrounding the LRT1. It is no doubt that a lot of the railway projects of the Philippines have very close ties to the Japanese. It is very assuring to know that, as Japan is likewise the world's best in terms of railway transits. And it is very good to learn that the ones building the set of trains for this program will come from Mitsubishi, a company I do not need to talk about, as every single Filipino out there knows them. As for the Sumitomo Corporation, while it's not a very familiar group to the Philippines, it is yet one of the largest corporations, not just in Japan, but in the world. They own several brands that are very notable to Filipinos. One of these is the car brand Mazda. They also have a contract with the government to work and improve the Metro Rail Transit. In conclusion, yes, it is an expensive project. A lot of complexities had to be resolved before it could even start constructing the infrastructure. Nevertheless, it's still a project that would benefit the millions of people living in and around the facility to where this will be built, and it should also be a given that this project was a necessity, not just in the present state, but in the past. Anyway, what do you think about the new extension of the light rail transit? Will it finally complete the proposal that was meant for it to finish more than 2 decades ago? Share with us your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to leave us a like and follow us for more amazing videos. Thanks for watching!